What is that he's playing over there? A harmonica?
That's what we call a blues harp. In
yeah,
the,
nice going. Hey. Do you have a whole box of different harmonicas over there?
Is that a trick question?
I don't know, Charlie.
No, I got all keys.
Hey, you what?
All keys.
All keys?
Different keys.
They're tuned to different...
All keys, that's correct. So whatever key we want to play in, he's right with us. Because he is blues legend, Charlie Musselwhite.
Now, if he had like a larger instrument, would he have to have more than one of those? Like if he had a clarinet, would you have to have more than one clarinet?
No.
No.
Yeah. Well, it's a luxury then that you have a smaller item to play.
Because they're so little, you got to have...
Yeah. All right, let's wrap this up, Charlie, okay? I don't know. I'm sorry, it's my fault. I'm thrown. I'm still thrown. Here we go. Let's do our top 10 list and then get on with the big program. Tonight's category... you know, Dan Quayle is traveling across Europe now.
So I understand, yes.
Vice President Dan Quayle. And the category tonight, Dan Quayle's top 10 complaints about the country of France. He's been in France for a couple of days. He now has 10 complaints about that country. Yeah, here we go. Number 10, virtually impossible to find a box of Captain Crunch. Number 9, long lines at Jerry Lewis movies. Number 8, French people speak some kind of weird moon man language. Number 7, water fountain and bathroom must be designed for midgets. Number 6. Drinking out of the bidet. Number 6, snobby French won't elect their government officials unless they have qualifications of some kind. Number 5, dubbed version of Ernest Goes to Camp makes Ernest sound like a sissy. Number 4, doesn't know how many hours ahead to set Mickey's hands. Number 3, the Happy Meals taste different. Number 2, language barrier inhibits execution of pull my finger trick. And the number 1 complaint of Dan Quayle about France, everyone keeps referring to him as Le Bonehead. Our first guest tonight, of course, you know him. This man has been on, you know, Cheers has been on the air like 10 years.
10 years.
This is one of the most popular situation comedies in America of all time. He plays the part of Norm Peterson on that program. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back to our show, George Wendt. Oh, George! Thank you for joining us.
Oh, thank you.
Are you done for the year filming your show?
Yeah, we finished a few weeks ago.
How did it go?
It went well. It's we just sit around and laugh all day.
Yeah.
It's the greatest job, I swear to you.
Are you surprised not only by the success of the show, but by the longevity of the success?
Yeah, now it just seems like it could go on forever, like some barroom conversation.
Yeah.
You know?
And does the cast want it to go on more and more?
I do.
Yeah.
I mean, I just... I'm so sentimental. I mean, the thought of a last show,
right?
You know, I mean,
I just,
yeah, it's just I couldn't. I'd have to, you know, I'd have to ditch. I would.
You mean you wouldn't show up for the last show?
No, I could. I mean, how could you get through a last show? I'd just be sobbing the entire time.
You know, you have a great part on television. That turned out to be one of the great roles in comedy on TV today, didn't it?
I know. It's amazing.
Yeah.
My next life, I'm sure I'll come back as a fungus on a piece of cow flop or something like that. It's just too great. I mean, you sit around at the end of a bar and crack jokes, watch sports.
And you're beloved doing it, aren't you?
And you have these $1 million Hollywood comedy writers just giving you all these great jokes. It's the greatest.
Well, I wouldn't know about that. I'm sorry, boys. Now, we were talking this afternoon, and somebody was saying that they read that you run each day.
You know, I used to, but I blew out my knee.
Yeah. Now, how much did you run?
Well, you know, I used to run like I'd warm up, I'd walk about a mile, I'd run about 3 miles, and then I'd interval for like 2 miles. This is all, you know, this is a man of leisure. We're talking, you know, a couple of hours it takes me to do this.
But now. Yeah, but, you know, if you're saying that you can cover essentially 6 miles in a couple hours, that's pretty good, you know?
Yeah, I suppose, what's that, 3 miles an hour?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
So you injured your knee, huh?
Yeah. I was in my manager's driveway, you know, and unfortunately or fortunately, he manages several other comic types.
So you were expendable.
Well, I was expendable, but also they were all there in the driveway playing basketball with me,
I see.
and you know, heckled me. Could you move off the driveway? I got to get my car through. You know.
Now, when you were running, were you a little lighter than you are now?
Yeah.
And did you play sports in college? Where did you go to school? Notre Dame?
I went to Notre Dame.
What kind of a student were you
Captain
there?
of the football team.
Oh, you did play football?
No. No, I was a very poor student.
Really?
Yeah.
What were you studying there?
I don't know.
Yeah.
But, you know, I do know. I'm probably the only person who actually, let's say I majored in drinking beer and partying, right?
Yeah.
Okay, for example, and hanging around and talking about sports in a bar, right?
Yeah.
At Notre Dame, which
Great.
is what I did.
Yes.
Making me probably the only person in the history of college education to actually major in school with what they did with for a living. You know?
Yeah, that does.
You know what I mean?
Very shrewd of you to select that as a course of study. Now, did you complete your undergraduate studies?
No. Well, yes, but not at Notre Dame. I bounced around. I got kicked out of Notre Dame with, I'm very proud to mention my grade point average that got me booted out, 0.00. Yeah.
Were you even enrolled?
Yeah, I was there. That was the problem. See, I was enrolled.
Yeah.
And because I just hung out and didn't go to classes. We actually had a road trip, you know, sitting around in a bar saying, you know, we should go to Denver. Let's go to Denver on semester break. Yeah, but when you plan these things, they always screw up. You know, the best trips are the kind that just come really spur of the moment,
Boom,
you know?
Let's do it now.
Just spur of the moment. Yeah. And then, like the devil, took over all three of us. You know, so we got in this guy's, like, little MG, three of us. And I'm in the back of an MG, like, you know.
So you left,
18 hours to Denver.
You were in Notre Dame, South Bend, somewhere on campus, in a bar, and you just left and drove to Denver?
Yeah.
And that was it?
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah. How long did you stay in Denver?
Just a couple of weeks, I guess.
Yeah.
You're kind of...
Just a couple of weeks?
You remind me of my dad, though. And you just went to Denver?
Well, you had a good time, though.
I did.
We have to do a commercial, and then we'll come back and continue visiting here with George Wendt.